2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Coming right up, the Hornets taking on the Bulls. For Charlotte, they've shown no fear so far this season. Now on the road against one of the toughest tests yet. You can bet they're salivating at the chance to cement their elite standing in this league. Bulls, Hornets, coming right up. It's an NBA afternoon game here on this Thursday. Kevin Harlan here, and I'm joined by Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines. And a look at the starters for the Hornets. We've got Ball, Nick Richards out there with Miles Bridges. Then it's Griffin, and it's Miller in at the small forward position. And for Chicago, DeRozan out there with Alex Caruso. And it's Kobe White, and it's Vucevic, and it's Dosunmu in at the shooting guard. Don't expect a ton of points tonight. Not much scoring, Greg. Each of these teams are excellent defensively. Tell us why.
Well, defense starts with effort, and all of these guys really compete. They take pride in that defensively, and boy, you love to see it.
So the Hornets win the tip. And here is Ball. Bridges outside. Charlotte moving the ball around. Good on the three-point shot.
And not just the score. You look at Dishit as well, showing great vision on that play.
White the pass to Caruso. Inside, stolen. And here's the fast break. And it's slammed in by Bridges.
Great teamwork, punctuated by a strong finish.
That is the perfect fast break, guys. Getting a hoop before the defense can get set.
Now here's Dosunmu. Shoots over Griffin. Dosunmu's shot is off. We've seen a quick start here for the Hornets. It's a 5-point game, and it's Ball in the corner. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Griffin.
Well, you got to love how quick Ball's shot is. Doesn't take a lot of time to get himself squared up.
The pass to Caruso. Vucevic up top. Back to Caruso. And it's blocked. The Hornets have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for them to start off this game. The 3 from MP. And another 3 for Charlotte.
Lights out here, right out of the gate. Perfect 4-4 from the floor.
And the first timeout of the game called for Chicago.
And they just can't seem to get going offensively.
I think this timeout, guys, is where you draw up some plays that are guaranteed to create some high percentage shots.
To see how teams are faring across the league. Here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. You look at Chicago. They couldn't hold their position this week, but remain in the top 10.
And I think for the Hornets, they just kind of burst out of the gate here with some fire, feeling disrespected by pundits who overlooked them as a top team.
Now here's DeRozan against New Orleans, who is really on his game. Here's White. And that time, also a missed shot.
Boy, that is awesome defense, guys, against a capable finisher. Well done. I'm sure the coaches love that.
Impressive start here. That's 5 straight makes to start the game.
Here's White. Doesn't go that time. Bridges with some nice defense.
Boy, they are frigid right now. I mean, failing to connect on their first 4 attempts.
Back to Griffin. Pass to Miller. 5 on the clock. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Wow, on fire. They haven't missed a shot so far.
First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes played. White finds Vucevic, and the layup's good off the glass.
And boy, did they need that one. Their first make in the 5 field goal attempts they've had.
Outside Griffin. And it's Chicago with the rebound. They defeated the Pelicans in their last game.
And with the type of defense they played that day, they were able to cause a lot of mistakes.
Yeah, and causing a lot of turnovers, because you well know, means cashing in on those opportunities, which really can put a team in a bad way in a hurry.
Now here's Griffin. This game an incredible scoring display for him.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
And, you know, it's an all-out effort they've come in with. Very aggressive offense so far.
DeRozan against Bridges. Ripped away. Miller against DeRozan. Miller, the pass to Bridges. Good. And Miller gets the assist. Miller's got his 4th assist in this one.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Well, everything's coming too easily. I mean, at some point defensively, you have to take something away.
Griffin, and good. And the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. Griffin's got 11 points.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
And, you know, nothing like getting an opponent on the ropes early. You love that if you're on that side of the scoreboard, and they are landing some haymakers now.
Here we are, Greg, getting into the thick of this NBA season. How big of a challenge now is the travel?
Oh, it's a huge one. The reality is all those flights take a toll, so you got to be smart with your sleep schedule and recovery.
Free throw drops for Vucevic.
You know, very quietly, Vucevic puts up phenomenal numbers consistently. A nightly double-double threat who, you know, bullies opposing defenses on the regular.
And both free throws good for Vucevic. Hey, Greg, to touch on the Bulls for a moment, defense has been an emphasis for them.
It has, and they went through several years playing subpar D, and it cost them. They began to turn things around a couple seasons ago, and it has served them well.
Now here's White, following the miss by LaMelo Ball. And out of bounds as the Hornets gain possession.
And that's just another mistake. I mean, they've got it on autopilot, and they look totally dejected.
And so here's Charlotte. Outside Griffin. There's the lob to Bridges. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
Perfect communication and timing on that alley-oop. Bridges saw the opening and then bounced right to the rim.
Ball against White. Sinks that one from the post.
I like the play call. Very solid, making perfect use of the pick to get a great look.
Ball, the pass to Griffin. Makes it off the glass. Griffin's got 13 points.
Only one miss in his first 6 shots. He's definitely brought his A game.
Now here's Dosunmu. D right on him. Kicks it to DeRozan with his first shot attempt, and it's Griffin with the rebound.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Pass to Richards. Griffin looking around. Back to Richards. Outside, Ball. 6 to shoot. And DeRozan sends it back.
The defense of DeRozan is vastly underrated.
Here's Miller. This game he had 12. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. Bulls trail by 19. And White kicks to Caruso. Vucevic with it, and it's Miller picking him up. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. And Greg, one of the finer points of the new collective bargaining agreement, players in the G League Ignite or overseas no longer automatically entering the NBA draft when they turn 19.
Yeah, it makes sense. You think about players in college, they choose when to enter the draft. So only right to give pros that same amount of time.
Now, here's Bridges. He's got 8. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far.
Those defenders just looked a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Caruso against Miller. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
First personal foul. Second team foul.
What do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for Charlotte?
They have started this game looking to push the tempo, and it's working for them. Great job of scoring in transition.
One other factor today, points off turnovers. I mean, let's see if they can keep up the pressure, capitalize off more forced miscues.
The free throw drops for Caruso. And the Bulls will go for a different look here. Drummond's checked in for Vucevic. Williams comes in for DeMar DeRozan. Javonte Green, he's checked in for Dosunmu. And it's Lonzo Ball in for White. And then for Charlotte, Williams, he's checked in for Nick Richards. Cody Martin comes in for Miller. And it's Trey Mann in for Ball. And so Caruso nails both of them. Hornets leading by 19 points.
Bulls foul. Lonzo Ball. First personal foul.
The Hornets shooting their first free throws of this game.
At the line for the Hornets, Griffin. 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
And he makes the first. Both free throws good from Griffin. Bulls trail by 21. Ball feeling it out a bit. Pass to Caruso. Lobbed up there for Green. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
And the pass there floated it up to the precise spot it needed to be.
And no messing around on the finish. He powers it through.
And that's an alley-oop that'll be loop-to-loop all day long on the highlight reel.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
The Hornets have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2. White, he's checked in for Chicago. Davis Bertans checks in for Charlotte.
One shot.
The free throw drops for Griffin. Here's White. And he also played really well in the win against the Pelicans. And Griffin sends it back. Driving in, and then Griffin with the dunk.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then, Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Boy, picture-perfect teamwork that time, guys. One guy sacrificing for the other. That's how you succeed in this league.
And Chicago has possession after the basket by Charlotte. And the pass to Williams. Just 5 on the clock. White, wide open. He fires. Here's Drummond. And they had their chances. 2 offensive rebounds, but they still come up empty.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Yeah, the half and half balls are going their way, and that's really a function of effort and intensity. You know, the ball doesn't discriminate. Whoever goes and gets it, that's who owns it.
And here's White after the three-pointer from Griffin. There's the feed to Williams. And it's sent back by Drummond.
A really good shot blocker. I like how Drummond times it up when he goes after those rejections. Well done.
Here's Green. And the Bulls with another miss.
Boy, you've really got to put those away, especially against soft interior defense.
Down low. Here's Bertanis. Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Yeah, they're lasered in. I mean, really making the most of their possession.
Chicago calls timeout. This their first chance this season playing Charlotte.
And even though they were the better team overall, they actually lost the season series against this club a year ago.
Yeah, and for them, that was a bit embarrassing. So expect them to come back with a point to prove tonight.
Majors is checked in for Charlotte.
Substitution on the court.
Bridges finds Griffin. Quarter number 2. We're about a minute in. Miller inside. DeRozan defending. Shots good by Miller.
Now, how about this move by Miller, using the pick and roll to create some space for himself?
We'll see DeRozan and Williams playing it forward. Lonzo Ball out there with Dosunmu. And it's Vucevic in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. Right now, I'd send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. The Bulls lean in on their veteran core. Zach LaVine said you just got to be consistent every day and have championship habits. Each and every day you've got to have a goal in mind and get to that mindset of we're building for something. We've all sacrificed a little bit for the greater good. Kevin?
And that's what we're talking about. That's what it takes. David, thanks. Hits the three-point bomb. Williams has got 5 now.
That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a hand in the face.
Outside Griffin. Richards passes to Miller. Clock at 6. And that one's good. Richards got his first points in this one.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Now here's DeRozan. Great numbers on a nightly basis as he averages over 24 points a game. Dosunmu, the pass to Vucevic. Yep, that one goes in there. 6 points for Vucevic.
Well, that's just strength there. That's what we call weight room. The power of Vucevic on display.
Griffin. It's hauled in by the Bulls. It's off to Boston for him after this game as they take on the Celtics. And that'll be the first of a 2-game road trip for him.
He's somebody that's really comfortable carrying the offensive load.
Ball against Griffin. And it's Ball in the corner. Back to Griffin. The kick out to Ball. In the corner, it's Bridges. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball. He's got 13.
You know, since entering the league, Bridges has really worked tirelessly on his game, especially the three-point shot, and you see the results of that labor.
And so Griffin will bring it up for the Hornets. They put up a nice win against Detroit the last time out.
Yeah, I felt like they attacked, but with a purpose. They knew what they wanted to accomplish coming in.
Boy, it really showed the trust they have in one another. I love how they got after it, and you could feel that they were playing for each other.
Ball against Ball. Pass to Dosunmu. DeRozan with it. Right wing. Shot clock at 6. Ball with a wide open look. The Hornets pull it in. Richards got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Miller. Yes, that goes in. Miller's got 6.
And the concentration there from Miller, not phased at all by the contact.
Dosunmu, the pass to Ball. He kicks it to Williams. Over Bridges. Williams' shot is off. Charlotte's gone 5 of 9 when they put up the three-point shot tonight. Griffin passes to Richards. Here's Bridges. Rebounded by Vucevic. Bulls have gotten a little under 50% of their second quarter shots to find the mark. 4 of 9 all told. Basket good.
Oh, such a terrific passer. He seems to have a sixth sense. Nice feel, which is hard to teach.
Here's Griffin after the Bulls pick up 2. Outside, Ball. He made that one. Basket number 3 for him. He's also missed 2.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on him.
Now, here's DeRozan. Over Miller. It's tipped.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Charlotte making a switch here. Curry's checked in. So it's Charlotte in complete command. Their lead at 28 points going into the break. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. You look at MP in this game, guys, he has been everywhere.
Well, he was putting on a passing clinic in that first half, set up a lot of their mates.
And, you know, that's what delights him most. That's what he takes most pride in. He loves being the chief facilitator.
Tipping off the second half. Here's Steve Clifford's 5. They've got Miller. Bridges out there with Nick Richards. Then there's LaMelo Ball. And it's Griffin in at the 2 guard. So it's the Hornets now after the Bulls pick up 2. Griffin inside. And that one's in. He's only missed 3 of 13.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and Coach knows it.
Showing no signs of slowing or cooling down. They're going to ride him as far as he can take him.
And it's denied.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
Charlotte's gone 6 of 12 from outside. A very nice 50% mark, shooting the 3-ball well. From the low block, here's Richards, and he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket.
Yeah, coach's pet peeve there. No box out.
Those are free points you're giving away. You got to work harder on the glass.
Now here's Dosunmu. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Outside, White. Out to the wing. Here's Caruso. And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession. And let's take a peek at the players contending for a spot in the dunk contest this year. Each and every one of these guys can do amazing things around the bucket.
And they will. I guarantee you that we're going to see things in this year's contest that we've never seen before. Those fellas have some tricks up their sleeve for sure.
Well, you look at Miller. Some might say he's a long shot at this point, but you never know.
Hey, stranger things have happened, and we'll just have to wait and see.
So there you go. And as it's looking, this year's dunk contest is shaping up to be a fantastic competition. We'll keep you updated on the voting.
No doubt it's going to be a good one, Kevin. We've got players on that list who'll do things that you didn't even think were possible.
And one thing with LaMelo, Clark, he has so much length at that point guard position.
Yeah, you know, Kevin, he's listed at 6'7", but he's got a much bigger wingspan than that, which allows him to effectively throw passes over the top. And I think it helps in him being disruptive as a defender, too.
Here's Griffin after Chicago picking up a basket just moments ago. And that one, good. Griffin's got 7 now in this quarter.
Well, he's demanding the ball. He wants it, and he's coming through. I mean, you can see why his teammates trust him down the stretch, guys.
And White kicks to Caruso. To the left wing. Just 5 to shoot, and it's Vucevic in the corner. And it's off from 3-point range.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
And he banks in the layup. 34 points for MP.
And that's his MO. Sometimes he can score more points by himself than the rest of the team.
Here's White. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. White's got 13 points.
And right now, White red hot. Just everything he puts up seems to go in.
Right side, Griffin. White, good. 15 points in the game.
He's been a different guy here in the second half. His shooting percentage far better than it was before the break.
Ball surveying the defense. Outside, Griffin. Off with the layup.
You can see he just rushed that a little bit. Lost the focus, I think.
The 3. And the rebound goes to the Hornets. Griffin's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Vucevic with the rebound. Vucevic has got 4 rebounds in this game. White dishes to DeRozan. And he drives in. Back to White. 6 on the shot clock. Lets it fly. Offensive rebound. Out left to the wing. Here's Dosunmu. The shot's good on the assist by Vucevic.
Boy, Vucevic, so solid in all fundamentals of the game and really an outstanding passer for a big guy.
Bridges against DeRozan. Back to Ball. Jacks up a three. It's good from long range.
LaMelo Ball.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
Chicago calls timeout. And rebuilding teams, Clark, are going to ride their young prospects. But talk about the importance of having those sage veterans on that roster and their guidance.
Kevin, I don't think you can overstate it. It's critical. It's imperative. I mean, imparting that understanding of what it takes to be a professional and doing it with words and example is so valuable and so part of what veterans offer to young players and to good teams.
Williams, he's checked in for Alex Caruso.
Now we get a chance to check out LaMelo Ball. A wonderful string of games he's put together here lately. He's averaging 15 points a game, 7 assists and 4 rebounds. The real story, though, is how big of an impact he makes on the defensive end.
Absolutely. I mean, he's a lockdown guy for him, both on the ball and when helping out.
Now here's White. 15 points in the game. Passes it to Dosunmu. Griffin with the steal. Miller finds Griffin. Shoots over Dosunmu. And there's another one for the Hornets. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for Charlotte.
I like the fact that they've been very aggressive at the defensive end, tenacious. They're jumping passing lanes and coming away with a lot of steals.
And let's not forget how dominant they've been defensively. Great job of forcing some tough shots, often leading to blocks.
Richards, and he finishes it off with a one-handed jam.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
And guys, I like the fact that he chose the one-hand tomahawk slam because you get a little higher when you go off one hand and one foot. No idea what they were thinking there defensively. I mean, that's a shot he makes often.
Pass to Richards. Shoots over Vucevic. And, yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. Richards got 6 here in this quarter.
The entire defense was frozen-footed. Nobody picked up the shooter.
Here's Dosunmu. 5 points in the game. The pass to White. This one for 3. Bridges with the board. Bridges has got 4 rebounds now tonight.
After hitting 1 3 in the first half, he's been unable to dial in from deep since then.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
White looking around. Williams against Bridges. The shot by Williams, no good. Here's the Hornets with the ball. They're on an 11-2 run. Here's Bridges. Good once again. That makes him 8 for 9 this game.
Yes, sir. Bridges really asserting himself on offense, and when he's rolling like that, it gets his whole team fired up.
White the pass to DeRozan. Hornets with the rebound. Griffin's got rebound number 12 now. Tenacity on the glass. The kick out to Ball. Shot clock at 6. Over White. Ball no good. And so White will bring it up for Chicago. Bridges with the steal. Out of bounds. It'll be the Bulls' ball. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David. Is it me, or does it feel like we've had more parity in the league the last few seasons?
Well, Kevin, the playoffs have been pretty hard to predict lately. I will give you that. There's been only one repeat champion in the past decade. It's a competitive league.
Free throw is off from DeRozan.
DeRozan has that old school game, a throwback wing. He's not just a three-point chucker,
Griffin.
and that makes him a different kind of matchup.
White is out there with Dosunmu. And it's Vucevic, then it's DeRozan, and it's Caruso in at the 3 spot. That's the group on the floor for Chicago. Curry with the defensive effort. Charlotte has gone a disappointing 2 of 6 on 3-point attempts here in the 4th. And here's MP for 3. Chicago grabs the miss. 4 on 3 as they bring it up. Here's White, and White slams it in.
And at 6'5", White more than capable athletically. Like the aggressiveness there.
White against Griffin. Williams passes to Micic. Shoots over Dosunmu. Micic's shot is good. Now here's Dosunmu. Kicks it to Vucevic. Outside White. He gets that one. White's got 4 points this quarter.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
The defense has just been unable to slow him down. Wow, what a game.
And with the new CBA, Clark, one thing that again didn't get any traction, the franchise tag.
Yeah, not surprising. I mean, if a guy really wants to leave a team these days, most of the time a trade will be made. It doesn't necessarily have to get to free agency.
DeRozan, that's good. 16 points for DeMar DeRozan.
And you like to see since the half now, he's finally starting to come around.
Griffin can't get it to go in.
No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you've got to take advantage.
Over Bertans. Kept alive. And there's 2 points. Working on the glass, paying off that time.
Boy, establish his position with a strong base. You got to box out Vucevic better than that.
The 3 from MP. Chicago grabs the miss. Vucevic has got double-digit rebounds now in the game.
He's certainly been cold this quarter, guys, but trying to shoot his way back into a groove.
Dosunmu. Tough sequence there. They just couldn't get it to fall.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Now Griffin. Pass to Micic. Griffin against White. Griffin passes to Micic. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team.
Bulls ball. Checking into the game for your Bulls.
Chicago's gone 2 for 2 from 3-point land to start the 4th quarter. To the paint, here's Vucevic, and slam dunk by Vucevic.
DeRozan putting on a passing clinic. Great vision.
And the Hornets call time here. And these days, you know, Clark, the trade for a star player takes a stockpile of draft picks, doesn't it?
Well, that seems to be the one way you can assure yourself of getting a proven star somewhere in the area of his prime. You know, and it doesn't always work out for both parties. Teams typically, in that case, would have to mortgage a bit of their future to get a player of that caliber. So it is tilted towards more risk than reward in most of those scenarios.
And now we present our New Balance Player of the Game.
And you know what? This has been his game from the start. I mean, he found ways to impact at both ends. And he's been relentless at attacking the opposition all night long, keeping constant pressure on the opponent.
And as the star of this team, he knows he's going to be the object of the crowd's anger. And so here's Charlotte. Outside Griffin. Puts up a 3. Drains it from beyond the arc. Griffin's got 44.
He's absolutely killing it from outside.
And here's DeRozan. Feet out, and he hits it. DeRozan's got 14 points now in the second half.
I tell you what, guys, there's not much more he can do. I mean, he's been on fire, yet they still trail in this game.
Great positioning on the putback.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
And here's White. He'll bring it up for the Chicago Bulls. It's Vucevic, top of the key. Passes to Caruso. Griffin on the double team. Down to 5 on the shot clock. White the pass to Dosunmu. From outside the arc, the Bulls keep it alive. The Hornets shooting about 59% from the floor offensively. They've been running without a hitch. White against Griffin. And out of bounds as the Bulls gain possession.
Chicago Bulls.
And a chance now to take a look at the schedule for the Chicago Bulls. On Saturday, they'll be facing Drew Holiday and the Boston Celtics. And then on Monday, they'll be matching up against Giannis Antetokounmpo and the Milwaukee Bucks.
And for that game against the Nuggets, it's the second game of a back-to-back, and you know they're going to be feeling the effects of it. Playing that much basketball in that short amount of time really takes a toll.
We know how good a shooter he is. It's frustrating for him when he's not able to knock down that kind of wide-open look.
And that one's good, Griffin.
Monster quarter for him. He's put the team on his back, trying to carry them to the W.
And White kicks to DeRozan. We've seen some amazing offensive performances recently. Clark, is it possible someone could match Wilt's 100-point game?
Look, Kevin, I don't know if I'm ready to go that far, but I also said I'd never see a 16 beat a 1 in the NCAA tournament, and it's happened twice in the last 5 years. So never say never, but you got to think, you're seeing teams put up 165, 170 points in a game. Could a player get 100 of those? I think it's possible.
And here's DeRozan. After the three-pointer from Griffin, DeRozan passes to Caruso. DeRozan surveying the D. The Bulls need to get a shot on. And the Bulls with another miss.
Hey, you know, I like the competitive spirit, but when you look at it, I think he rushed that three a little bit because he was trying to get back at his opponent.
Griffin's shot is off. Chicago's gone a disappointing 2 of 6 on three-point attempts here in the fourth. Dosunmu, another miss, and they desperately need a bucket.
Wow, what a rough second half for him shooting the basketball. Maybe you adopt a pass-first mentality at this point.
Richards passes to Griffin. Another bucket! Wow! That gives him 51.
Making it look easy.
The Bulls shooting at a 46% clip in the fourth quarter. White against Griffin. Dosunmu, the pass to Vucevic. Lays it up off the glass. Vucevic has got 6 here in this quarter.
Comfortable operating near the basket. Vucevic has size plus touch. That's a nice recipe for scoring in multiple ways.
Here we are looking around the NBA. Clark, which division do you think is the strongest overall?
I think it's pretty clear, man. You look at that Pacific Division out west, you're talking Clippers, Lakers, Warriors, Kings, Suns. Show me another division that can match that for entertainment value, quality of number of all-stars, and caliber of the teams. That's the one.
Free throw drops for Griffin. Chicago making some changes. Drummond's checked in for Vucevic. Green comes in for Alex Caruso. And it's Lonzo Ball in for Dosunmu. The Hornets also changing it up. Bertans, he's checked in for Miles Bridges. And it's Micic in for Ball. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. There's 1:40 left to play in the final quarter. Ball dishes to White. Outside DeRozan. Over Bertans. Money from the wing. DeRozan's got 20 points.
Really hard to think of things they didn't do well in this one. Certainly a dominant night on offense
For Charlotte.
Two great rebounding teams.
And these guys worked just a little bit harder tonight, and that was the edge they needed.
And a milestone win for the season. This will push their victory total to 20 wins even.
They can chalk this one up, but these two teams will see plenty more of one another before the season's over.
We know familiarity breeds contempt. I would expect things to become more heated as these teams face each other going forward.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for MP.
He did all the dirty work that they needed, clearing out space underneath and securing rebounds.
Here's DeRozan after the made shot from Griffin. Pocket 6. And it's DeRozan missing.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
And you know, guys, I love his fight and grit on the interior. I mean, he never lets a shot go uncontested.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
Yeah, you know, once they got victory in their view, a huge injection of energy and a great run to finish it off.
Now here's White. Mar DeRozan on the wing. The rebound by Micic. And it's the Hornets ball. They're on an 18-6 run. Griffin attacking. Can't connect from short range. And here we go with DeRozan running it up the middle. The rebound by Micic. And so Griffin will bring it up for the Hornets. So no problem for Charlotte as they get the win. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they need to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.
Me veo feliz, pero en solo fotos viejas. Dios me escucha y dice, wow, como este se queja. Tantos logros que a veces ni se festeja. Si me vuelvo paranoico, mi mente nunca se despeja. Mi cuerpo está libre y mi corazón tras la reja. La gente ve una cabra y yo solo soy otra abeja. Solo soy otra abeja. Ey. Así que no molestes si yo no te molesto. No contesto llamadas ni mensajes de texto. La fama, la detesto. Te juro yo no quería esto. Así que no molestes si yo no te molesto. No contesto llamadas ni mensajes de texto. Solamente a Dios cuando me acuesto. Y me dijo que nadie es perfecto. Pero pues, así fue. Los Bonnie está en otra. Se fue. Voy a cambiar de número. Hablamos después.
The number you have dialed has been changed. The new number
Mira, ¿quién es el que está tirándome? Dale, dale, le apunte mi número ahí. 787. Como Kobe en el Square Garden. Te meto 6-1, men, que Dios te guarde. Se guayaron que pasó, ahora leal. Te iba a firmar por 5, pero le cogió tarde. Ahora quiero 20, más que sean 30. Esto parece un punto, aquí no paran las ventas. Este chanteo vale un... Si paso con la rápida y estás en la lenta. Me bajo con Cotton Benito con la paciencia. No me ponga a prueba, no tengo paciencia. La conciencia, el de la nueva que mundial sigue tendencia. El conejo es Messi, yo soy el Mbappé. Coronamos, estamos en ruta de escape. Papo me dijo que lo dije que...
Esta gente no aguanta esos apretones, no ponen para las bebecitas, y si así.
Te llevo para el cielo, ella te revista, tiene fuerte que ya no ve. Medio privado, el señor de los cielos. Y Pablo Coelho, siempre se una... Baja tus amigas, andamos los Stormtroopers. Lo que ven el Mini Cooper. Tú sabes que mi movie sin blooper. Me he visto yo soy artista y styling. Pa' casarme yo prefiero una Riley. Me gustan estrellas, esas que sean de Hollywood. Yo papo, el número 9, Becky o a Kylie. ¿Cuánto tú quieres que yo te los doy? Yo te costeo, tengo los de cienes. Dale, úsame que eso te conviene. Ella se... Vía video cuando no estoy jugando. Dale, mami, yo hago lo que tú ordenes. Me avisa
cuando tú quieres que yo te los doy. Yo te costeo, tengo los de cienes. Dale, úsame que eso te conviene. Ella se... Vía video